Hey there, Dr. Karen here, and I am back from my trip to Indiana, the Midwest, visiting my son. He has an internship at the Fort Wayne General Motors assembly plant where they make a lot of trucks every day. And today I want to talk about connection and networking. What are you doing to connect? And the conversation is really interesting, starting, with my college kid, and how he got that position at General Motors, and then all these opportunities that they have, like going to a Detroit Tigers game and networking, and the CEO is a female who started out at General Motors when she was 18, used the money to pay for college, but all these opportunities, all the way to being an entrepreneur. Like, you go back to the basics. Like, how did I build my private practice? I networked. I built relationships. So I just want to give you some tips on how to network and build relationships. And I think as far as connection, one of the first thing to think about is, like, what can I do for somebody else? Like, what can I bring to the table? Not what's in it for me, but or who could I introduce you to and connect you to in my network? And then, what do we have in common? A great common denominator is sports. I mean, not everybody's into sports, but a lot of people are into football, college football. I play tennis. That's a great connector for me. But what do you have in common? And then think about, kind of building these connections for, longevity, for your job, for your work, if you're an entrepreneur, for a college kid getting a job, for having your college roommates, might end up being your best friends. My college roommate lives in Minneapolis. I went to see her last summer, and I got to go to the Mall of America, which is pretty cool. And she's not that far from Chicago. I just spent the weekend in Chicago. That was my first time in Chicago. And so I just sent her a postcard from the Art Institute of Chicago saying, let's meet in Chicago. Because we had toyed around with that idea. But it enriches our lives. Having these connections, building relationships, just super important, super fun. Personally, I'm an introvert. Like my brother's an extrovert. There are people who love to entertain and, are much more social than I am. I'm more of a, small group, one-on-one. But it is important for me to connect. And I just wanted to connect with you today. So let me know how you're connecting. You're definitely welcome to join my communities. It's July 1st, so I have some new groups starting. If you want to get in before, with some of the summer specials and build community and network and, have growth, people with a lot of parents, people recovering from codependency, ADHD, some of these mental health topics, but let my community, be part of yours. So thank you.